Hello everyone, I am Manisha, soft skill trainer and personality coach. Today I have come up with a compilation of Zoom meeting and Google Meet etiquette. So it is, combination of my own experience and of course from the feedback of people. So how I have planned this video is that in the initial part of the video I will be saying all the points and then further we will discuss them in detail. So if you are someone who don't have enough time to spend on the video, you can skip the later part but stay till first part of the video. I hope it is going to be of help to those who are going to attend any such meetings for the first time and are looking for the etiquette, which is a smart move, and for those also who are regularly attending the meeting or are hosting the meetings, so they can check that whether they are doing things correctly or if they can modify them or do better in future. Because what is etiquette? Basically, etiquette is the set of actions or discipline that we follow or adapt. Etiquette don't let us disrespect others basically. So we don't want to hurt anybody if we are following any kind of etiquette. It is just that we are becoming more precautious and more aware of what might disrespect others. So, to understand, let's start from the beginning. Whenever you get the link of a Google Meet or you get an invite for any kind of virtual meeting, you get a link. So let's start from there. Of course, you get the information that you're going to attend a meeting a day before or at least a few hours before. So prepare. First step is to prepare for the meeting. So if you're the host, then you are going to prepare for the agenda. And what are you going to prepare if you are not the host? You are going to prepare for certain things that are part of the etiquette. First, dress. What will you wear? You have to be ready. You cannot just sit in your pajamas for such professional meetings. If it is casual, friends and family, then fine, but not for a professional meeting. Second, you have to prepare for the place where you are going to attend that meeting. It has to be, what I mean is you have to take care of the surroundings. It cannot be a disturbing place. You have to have the full details of the meeting, like agenda, for how long the meeting is going to be, because you have to manage your environment till that time, for that time. Then you have to have a notebook and pen along with you whenever you are attending the meeting. Fourth point, that you have to have a good Wi-Fi connection or internet connection, so you don't miss out on any of the parts because of the network errors. So these are the few things that you have to prepare before the meeting. Now let's say that you have done everything and you are going to attend the meeting. So if you're not the host, then you have to be present in the meeting room before the given time. Put an alarm for 10 minutes before the meeting so you can log in. And if you're the host, then it's your responsibility to give or send the links to the attendees before enough time rather. Now let's suppose that this part is taken care of. Now what you have to do, in that 10 minutes, what you have to do is you have to log in. You have to check that the place you are sitting in is comfortable, so that while in the meeting you don't move too much, and also the chair that you are sitting on or the bed that you are sitting on does not make any kind of noise. So manage these things. Now let's assume that the meeting has started. So what are the do's and don'ts? Let's talk about that. So the first thing that you do is that as soon as the meeting starts, you register your presence by greeting everybody, showing your face, of course, saying hello and addressing everybody. Second thing you do is put yourself on mute. And be on mute till the time you're not asked to, or till the time you're not supposed to speak. So see, the Zoom meeting is about discussing or sharing knowledge or spreading some awareness. In any of the cases, if it is supposed to be interactive, people want to listen to what you are saying. Nobody is interested in listening to the disturbances around you. So when you are not on mute, then of course it is a diversion also, and your screen pops up most of the time in front, which is not required and is not pleasant to see. This mute button is very important button that you all will be clicking majority of the times while in the meeting. You will keep muting, then unmuting. And if you're the host and you know that now you don't want everybody to talk, then you can take the control of it. You can, put everybody on mute, and you can unmute a particular person whom you want to speak to or want to hear. Still, it is individual's responsibility to keep themselves on mute when they are not required to speak. But being on mute does not mean that you are not paying attention to the meeting. Be an attentive listener, because on the Zoom calls and the Google Meet, there are options where everybody's window is visible. It's not necessary that everybody is watching the listener only, and you don't want to come across as unprofessional to anybody. So it's better that you're not caught in any disrespectful or embarrassing situation. So pay attention to whatever the host is speaking. And for the host, I would say, every time you don't need everybody to speak, so there are very good cues through which you can know that everybody is attentive or is paying attention to what you are saying, by throwing questions. That way you can keep them engaged also, or asking for thumbs ups in chat window, or some any kind of code in the chat window which indicates that they have understood your point. That's a very good way to stay interactive and in the loop while Zoom meeting, and it doesn't get boring and everybody pays their attention. As I had mentioned, keep a paper and pen ready. It's very important point. If you want to note down whatever point you want to, you should write it down on the paper instead of typing it on the keyboard while in the Zoom meetings. Also avoid using mobile phones, because if you are typing anything on mobile phone, even if you are taking notes, it is misunderstood that you are busy on chat or paying attention on mobile. So that is why paper becomes very friendly thing for us here. And you can use that paper pen, or you can write down any of the doubts that you have while in the meeting on that paper. So whenever you get a chance or you ask for it, you can speak it. In fact, you can put your camera also off. As I had earlier mentioned, that you have to be properly dressed, and also you should manage your surroundings beforehand in case anything happens which was not in your control. Say that you should better off the camera also, so your situation is not visible to others, and manage the environment and then come back to the meeting. One more etiquette is, whenever you get a chance to speak, always unmute, convey thank you, and then speak whatever you want to. I would suggest speak slowly. You should not be speaking very fluent or with speed, because there are many people who might have some network problem or microphone issues. So for everybody's convenience, try to speak your point slowly and clearly. Otherwise, you might have to repeat it. Another important point is, keep your mobile phones on silent or do not disturb mode, so it doesn't interrupt your ongoing meeting. And one very interesting and important tip for the host, if the nature of the meeting is discussion or an agenda to talk upon, divide the role, divide the task, and everybody gets the chance to speak their part. This way everybody is involved and it becomes a team meeting and teamwork. One has to not speak for longer duration, and everybody gets a chance to get involved in the virtual meeting. That is one of the tips I can share with you. Very important etiquette is, do not start your side conversation when you are in a meeting. Do not chat privately about the meeting. That's very mean and disrespectful while you are in a virtual meeting. Just imagine, if you were in real conference hall in the meeting, would you get that chance? Then why can't you hold on here when you are virtually in the meeting? So please follow these etiquette, and it's not very rocket science, but still we face many a times that these basic etiquette are also missing in work from home situations or study from home situations especially. So for every student and every work from home colleague, I have explanations also. For all who do not want to watch, can stop it here and follow these etiquette. My last tip would be that be respectful basically for the platform, towards the platform and towards the host. It is possible that I have missed some points here, so just follow the main thumb rule that you have to be very respectful towards the opportunity that you have got to meet so many people virtually and in these times. And for others, let's talk about the points in details. So let's compare the situation from the old times. Would you like if in the conference room somebody points at you and say, would you stop talking? You will not like it. So why would you give someone a chance here in virtual call? What is the solution? Put yourself on mute. Would you like someone pointing at you in the normal conference hall or a meeting or in classroom for the students? If some teacher or the host tells you or the boss tells you you're not paying attention, how will you feel? You will not like it. So pay attention here. And you are not a backbencher here. Everybody is getting the same amount of window. Utilize it. Make use of it. Don't misuse it. And how would you feel if you are going to take a class or a meeting and someone comes in the pajamas there? Night suits. Would you like it? You will not. Why would you do that to somebody else now? So, always dress properly. Imagine in the classroom or in a meeting room, you're eating your lunch. Don't you feel embarrassed if you're caught? Last but not least, very important point I forgot to mention in start is always wind up a meeting with a summary, so that if somebody have missed upon anything, they also get to catch up. So now I hope that we all will be well behaved in our Zoom and Google Meets.